Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to this is the D Program Show. Man, we're gonna be covering the East Ridge event. I made a video about the situation that happened at East Ridge, and another video have came out. So it's only right that I address it. It's only right because I addressed it when the clip came out. So it's only right that I address it right now. It's only right. Y'all hit them comments, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. It's only right I address it. It's only right. Hit them comments, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. It's only right I address it. Hold on. It's only right. Finna share this, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. It's only right I address it. Hold on. It's only right. Finna share this, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. Let me share this to my page. Because honestly, man, I want to know what y'all think, man. I'm gonna give y'all my analysis of the situation because we got a lot we can learn from this situation. We got a lot we can learn. I'm gonna be honest, we do have a lot to learn from this situation. So let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Because I want people to understand that this could have got a whole lot worse than it did. I'm gonna be honest. Let me see something. All right, here we go. So let me say this, man. We're 2 minutes in. Again, y'all can call in. You can leave a comment because this is crazy, man. This is crazy. And I'm gonna say this. First and foremost, when you're dealing with a police officer, and this is just how I feel about the situation. You get mad, you get mad. Hopefully I don't ruffle no feathers, but I'm gonna speak the truth. Growing up, you teach your children to obey authority. Obey authority. Now, you don't teach your children to do anything that's detrimental to their health, but obey authority. You teach them to be respectful. Say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. So with that being said, the situation happened from the long oh, I'm gonna see if I could pull it up, man. From the long version, from the long part of the video, the situation happened to where the young man and the officer, I'm gonna pull it up and show it on the screen. The young man and the officer, well, we're gonna go back before the officer. The young man had an incident with the teacher because the teacher stated, well, the young man stated he was sick during PE class. During PE class, the young man also didn't participate because he was sick. They were playing kickball. So what ended up happening is right after they got through playing kickball, they was playing, it was open gym. Now, if you sick, we're gonna deal with it all the way real. If you sick and you can't participate in the activity, you shouldn't be participating because you sick and playing free time when it's time to play basketball. Let's be honest. Not doing what you want to do. And with that being said, I'm gonna play the video, man. So y'all could think I ain't tripping. Y'all could think I ain't tripping, man. I'm gonna play the video. Start it over.
Coming no type of way. And how you going?
Y'all check this out. This is the administrator walking in. Hold on. Make sure I get this sound. Because we need this sound.
To be in the bleachers, like that's not how you talk to me.
Okay. Got the sound in.
What happened? We're playing kickball game. He wouldn't play. So as soon as the basketballs come out, he comes out here and wants to play basketball. So I come up to him. I'm like, Tark, you said you were sick. He said, don't approach me like that. I said, I'm a teacher. I can approach you how I want to. I didn't do it disrespectfully. I just asked him a question. And then I try to go over here. He goes over here. And I try to walk him outside to get him one-on-one. And he's at the basketball, and he comes to me, and I grab the basketball, and then he sort of butts on me and comes at me into my face. And he won't talk to me. And he says, you're a racist motherfucker, and I'll kick your fucking ass. Quote. You can ask Katie. I ain't talking that shit. But I want to have a conversation in front of you with him. Because he got to know he was wrong and he's talking to him.
So, first of all, someone in the video stated that they ain't going to put up with it. I want y'all to see this, man, because
I just got switched to this class because the administrators, my counselor, whoever can't hire a teacher for my institute. My institute, I've been taking all 4 years. Mr. Blaine, I've been taking 4 years. It ain't my fault if they can't hire another teacher, keep a teacher in that class. Okay. So with that being said, my institute, my guidance counselor put me in here. Okay. Not knowing that I told him I wasn't feeling good. Came to him about that. That was already done.
now he stated he wasn't feeling good.
Okay, cool. We cool. I'm up there in the bleachers sitting down.
And he was in the bleachers sitting down.
Off the bleachers, you want to come at me aggressive. What happened to you? You supposed to be in the bleachers. Like, that's not how you talk to me.
Because you said you were sick.
Be a good citizen, but be aware. When you talking to me, it's respect.
So what happened after that?
After that, it wasn't nothing else to discuss. I walked off and continued on what I was doing. I'm not finna talk to a good old citizen. You could have your little, you feel me? That's not gonna resolve nothing. If I'm not doing that, if I'm minding my own business, don't come to me no type of way. And how you bumped up against me like that?
We're talking to
How
us.
you bumped up against me like that?
As a teacher, you didn't play our organized game.
I told you I wasn't feeling good.
You got listen, man. You have to respect authority.
I walked out.
Can I have a word? Okay, our organized game, you didn't play. I asked you why you didn't play. You told me you didn't feel well. I didn't buck on your name. I said, okay, that's fine. Next thing you know, the basketballs come out, and now you're on the floor. So I came up to you, and I was like, I thought you were sick when we were playing kickball.
Because he stated he was sick.
And that's when you went from here to like that. And you shut it down, and I couldn't talk to you. And that's where we are. I asked you a question. I said, I thought you were sick. We were playing kickball. And then you went, and you changed twofold. Like I was coming at you. And then you said, don't come at me like that. I was like, I'm asking you a question. I'm not coming at you. If I came at you, you know it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm 50 years old. I'm too old for that stuff, okay? I've been doing this for 26 freaking years. All right? Got a little bit of experience. So if you think I'm coming at you, you're totally wrong, 100%. But as a teacher and as a person of respect, that I do respect these kids. You ask any kids in here, and you call me racist, I'm the least racist person in the school. You ask anybody around here, black, white, or indifferent. Kids, young kids, adults. I guarantee you, I treat this man with the same respect they treat me. Don't call me racist. As a teacher, you're my student. I asked you a question, and you could not answer it. You got really upset. That's where we're at. No, you did
That's
not.
exactly what I did from the moment I came in this class. You had some on me when I asked if you could open up the door.
What
Your
door?
question was regarding to why this, why that, and I gave you a simple question in return, but you wanted to go further with the
Now, the only question I asked you was,
so-called question.
the only question I asked you was, why did you not play our game?
You still talking while
I'm
I'm
not
talking.
going to talk over.
I let you talk. I let you say what you had to say, what you said over there. Supposedly, that's not what you said. You came to me aggressively, and I said I'm talking in a calm voice.
Oh, I never paid
You
attention.
still had your voice raised while I'm telling you, trying to explain to you why I came down from the bleachers. But you still had your voice up. See, this is why my voice gonna stay this tone, because I'm gonna show you how you was doing me right there. I'm gonna keep my tone like this,
I wasn't
regardless.
I asked you a question. I'm like, why are you not sick now when you were
It
sick earlier?
don't matter.
That does matter.
I gave you your
I'm not gonna argue.
answer,
I'm not arguing.
and you still kept coming at me aggressive, and I let it go, and I walked off, minding my own business as I was doing from when I walked up there on the bleachers and sat down. Reason why you asked me, why was I on the bleachers to begin with, right? Minding my own business once again. So why are you coming at me aggressive?
Okay,
That's my question.
I'm a PE teacher.
Why?
Why? Okay, you asked me a question. I'm going to answer. I'm a PE teacher. Our two classes are playing a kickball game against each other. Coach Murley versus Coach Mauser. I look up and you're in the bleachers.
That don't got nothing to do with me feeling sick.
I didn't know you were sick at that time. That's why I asked you the question. I'm like, why are you in the bleachers?
How many times I got to tell you I was
Okay.
I think the thing is you were sick, but then when he allowed you guys to have free time, and then you decided you
Right.
weren't sick and wanted to play.
Not that I decided, but at the time when I was up feeling myself, I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna interact. Is that a problem?
Yeah, but if he's designed a lesson and you didn't participate in
He
his lesson,
designed a lesson. A lesson is not to go out there and play with students just because
this is
got
a physical
something-
education class. That is
Yeah,
what the
it
lesson
is. I get that.
So
And
you
I
didn't
came
participate
down.
in the lesson,
I came
so he's
down
not giving
on my
you
time
guys
when I
the
was
free
feeling
time.
myself and I went down there. So how's that a problem?
The problem is our kickball game we were playing against Coach Mauser.
That's not the point. It's not about the kickball game. It's about me not feeling myself.
I didn't
How many
say,
times I gotta say that?
I didn't say a word to you about not playing. Did I say anything? I was like, that's fine.
You came to me after I came down on the bleachers. That's my whole point. You keep talking about the
You understand why I asked the question? We're doing a kickball
Keep
game.
talking about the game. That's
You
the
don't
whole
play.
point.
You know, we have free time in basketball.
Before I go any further, check this out. If you sick, it's just like, just take it to this point. If you sick, you didn't participate in the activity, then how it's going to be looked at, even if you're feeling better, it's going to be looked at like, if you're really sick, it's going to be looked at, oh man, you just got out of the activity. Now, you want to do what you want to do. That's how it's going to be perceived. Because you said you were sick. Once you say you sick, you should stay sitting down. You should give yourself time to recover. You said you were sick. All this could have been avoided. I'm going to be honest. And I'm going to say this too, because people going to get all in their feelings. Both parties did things wrong in this situation. Yes. Yes, they did. Because once you address a student and a student doesn't, it's plenty of ways to get the situation under the control. Because let's be honest, and you're going to see once the student walks off and sits down, the goal was to get him off the court. He came off the court. He didn't do it in the manner you would like, but he came off the court. Once he came off the court, you could have had a sit down with him. But at the same time, when you're dealing with somebody who is in authority over you, as a child, you have to listen. Because guess what? In a different situation, somebody could have lost their life. We just got to be for real. Thankfully, the young man didn't lose his life. But this is how things like this happen. And share this, because we got to understand what we can do right and what we can do wrong in situations like this. The whole thing, from what I gather, by examining the video thoroughly, was a power structure. You ain't gonna tell me what to do, and I'm not gonna allow you to get away with not listening on both ends. But being the child, if you just do what's asked of you, you never go to jail. You never grabbed by your hair if you just do what's asked of you. If I'm wrong, get in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. Well, I'm going to continue the video, but if I'm wrong, y'all hit them comments and tell me. But if someone in authority officer tell you, hey, man, come on, man. Y'all going to see, man, because it's, again, the officer did not have to grab him. But if he would have listened to, first of all, if you stand seated, man, look, man, because this is step upon step. They call it, first you have an altercation with the teacher for one. Then you have an altercation with the administrator, who's the principal. That's step 2. Now, step 3, a resource officer has to be called in. And you want to exhibit your point that bad when initially you said you were sick? Because we got to examine it for what it is. And people, you don't have to agree with me. These are facts. The young man said he was sick. When you sick, I'm going to ask y'all in the comments, for those who watching now and those who watch later, if your child is sick, can they just, when they want to, I'm asking, when they want to, can they, I feel better so I can do what I want to do? Because that's how it's going to be perceived. Some people are going to perceive it like you can do whatever you want to do. You didn't want to play kickball, so you sick. This is how it's going to be perceived. Now you want to play basketball because the basketballs are out. It's going to be perceived like magically you're feeling better. And someone is going to think, well, you were never sick in the first place. Nobody's going to really say that, but that's what's going to be perceived. Let's be honest. Because we could look at everything that the officer did wrong, which he did do some things wrong. I'm not taking up for nobody. But the officer also did some things right. The officer tried to talk to the young man. The officer could have called more officers who wouldn't even been as compassionate as he was. But nobody that I've heard has addressed this so far. We have to understand that if we comply with the rules, if you're in school to participate. If you're not going to participate, you're not going to be allowed to have free time. You have learned that since elementary. And that says East Ridge High School. But we're going to continue, man, because, man, we can't do what we want to do.
Oh, that's when you did it. And I asked you a question. So why are you feeling better now than when you wasn't earlier? It was 10 minutes ago.
And I think that's a legitimate question.
I told you that's how it's going to be perceived.
Up there on the bleachers, and I'm telling you, I was feeling myself. It's the reason why I came down from off the bleachers. It don't matter about no basketball. It don't matter about no kickball. It don't got nothing to do with none of that. I said I was feeling sick. If I'm feeling sick, I'm gonna be up there on the bleachers. Where did you not understanding that? When I'm feeling myself, I'm gonna come down. Where did you not understanding that?
That was again, that ain't even need to.
I'm just excusing myself. Anything else you wanna come from? If you wanna talk to anybody, I got a lawyer. Anything, but you're not gonna come to me no type of way and disrespect me. Bro, get your hands off me.
Hold on.
Get your hands off me.
I said, hold on.
You got 5 seconds to get your hands off me.
What the fuck are you gonna do?
You got 5 seconds to
What
get
you
your
gonna
hands
do?
on me.
What you gonna do?
You got 5 seconds to get your
what
hands
you
on me. I
gonna
ain't
do?
gonna do nothing. You gonna
Exactly.
get your ass off of me and get out my presence like you got some sense. Be a good citizen like you is.
I bet you be a good citizen, not raise your voice
With that badge on your hook.
and causing a big scene inside the gym.
No, I ain't
Because
causing
you're really
no
pushing
scene.
for disorderly conduct.
I ain't pushing nothing.
You
If
are.
I'm pushing some, all right. Like I said, stay right there.
Okay. It's just fine. No.
So the young man walks off after telling the police, "You don't get your hands off me." And he could have grabbed him then.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
Why is you following him?
Because even Mr. Perry wants you to get you stuff because he wants you to meet him over there. So let's go.
I don't care about what Mr. Perry
Let's
said.
go.
I'm in this class. I just got in this class.
Okay,
I don't give
let's
a
go.
fuck what you say to me, dog.
Let's go.
Get
Come
the
on.
fuck out my face.
Come on, man. You
Get
finna
the
take a
fuck out
ride
my
to jail,
face.
dude. I ain't fucking with you.
Who the fuck is you talking about ride to jail? I ain't do
You.
shit to begin with.
It's called disorderly conduct.
Disorderly
Stand up
conduct. You ain't
and let's
going
go.
down. No.
Boy. Get up off the bleacher. That's fine. You can record all you want. I've been recording the whole time.
That's cool.
Get up off the
Record.
bleachers.
Keep recording. I
I'm
hope you
going
got
to.
everything I said in.
So again, the officer asked him, "Hey man, walk over here, Mr. Perry." At this point, again, like I said, it's a power struggle. In the world, in real life, if you have a power struggle with the police over something minute as doing what you want to do, because that's what it really boils down to for everybody who saw the video, you could be dead, bruh. Let's be honest. We have to control what we can control. And as a human, you have control over your actions. Again, I'm not saying that the police was totally in the right, but I'm not saying he was totally in the wrong either. When you're asked repeatedly, come on, man, come on, come on, come on, man, go with me, come on. When you're asked repeatedly to walk with the officer say, "Hey, man, let me talk to you." Now, what has to happen is we have to learn from this. Good thing the young man, because again, the officer could have called reinforcement, and he know that the reinforcement, bad as people was like, he was a little agitated with the young man. Bad as people are like, well, he shouldn't have did this and he shouldn't have did that, but he did some things right as well. The young man, if he would have complied, if he'd have just sat down because he was sick, if he'd have just stayed seated, even if he felt a little better, but I told y'all this was going to be perceived because those basketballs came out. Oh, I'm magically feeling better. That's how it's going to be perceived, even if he was feeling better at that time. But in life, you can't do what you want to do at all times. This thing has rules to it. Now, this could have gotten a totally different situation. It could have been situations like this. And the reason I'm talking about this on the Deprogram show is because situations like this can lead to you being murdered. And then it don't matter who right or wrong, you dead. Survive the encounter. You don't always have to be right. And that's for both parties. But if you a child, you're in school to do the assignments. Learn your lesson. I hope the young man has learned this lesson. Again, it's so many layers to this thing. Then people say he didn't have to grab him by the hair. He didn't. But the young man didn't have to cuss him out, didn't have to disobey the rules it put in place. They wasn't going to be detrimental to him by obeying the rules. You sick, they let you sit in the stands because you said you were sick. Oh, because you want to get up and play basketball, but now you're not sick, it's going to be perceived that way. And then people have to understand that when the first video came out, I said, what the hell going on? And I'm still like, what the hell going on? Because we have orders in life. You can, if I walk in a restaurant, I can't just jump on the restaurant's table because I want to. I just can't do whatever I want to in someone else's establishment. If you don't want to be in school, don't go to school. If you're going to get your education, do what you got to do to survive the encounter. You wouldn't have got maced. You wouldn't have got grabbed. Your hair wouldn't have got grabbed. If you want to be right, so sometimes, a lot of times it'll cost you. People have wanted to be right so bad it's cost them their life. Why am I going this far? Because it could easily go that far. We always talk about police brutality. If you comply in certain situations, you won't be brutalized. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? We're going to keep playing the video because it's a lot of more things we can learn. We can learn a lot from this situation.
So let's go. Come with me.
Ask them again, come with him.
Stand up and come with me.
Stand up, come with me.
Stand up and come with me.
Stand up, come with me.
I'm telling you to stand up and come with me for causing a disorder.
That's at least 3 times. 4 times.
You don't need to be in here. Mr. Perry's telling you to come out. I'm telling you to come on, so you need to get
5 times.
I'm giving you a lawful order to get up.
Now he's saying it's lawful. That's another warning. 6.
We finna go to jail. Don't resist me, dude. What is it? Don't resist me. Don't do it.
And this is the video that we saw it from a different angle. That's the part we saw. All you had to do was walk off, bro. He told him it was lawful. That's letting you know when they say it's lawful. For those who don't understand, some action is getting ready some action is getting ready to happen. He asked him multiple times. We have to learn how to avoid things like this. And things like this can be avoided if you just comply. They didn't ask you to jump off the roof. They didn't ask, just walk on, bro. Come holler at me. Walk on. And what we're seeing is the officer's body cam failed. Well, I think it's his badge. It fell on the ground during the incident. But what we got to understand is comply. Comply. So, with that being said, man, we got to understand that we can't always be right, bro. So I'm finna go to where they picked up the, they come pick up the body cam. They finna come pick up the body cam. The assistant principal is coming to pick up the body cam. They picking it up, giving it back to the officer. At this point, you're under arrest. They asked him to take the bag off.
Put the bags back on like the camera you should have been.
Take the
Why
bag
are you
off.
still holding me, man?
Because you're not listening to a lawful order that I'm giving you.
You've been placed under arrest. It's a
Still
lawful
holding me.
order.
Can you- Why is y'all still on me? This parents, why my parents ain't been called? Put my dad on the phone. Put my dad on the phone.
Take the bag off.
Why are you trying to get me to retain my stuff off of me? This is my property. This is me.
I'm not.
The principal said, take your bag off first. We'll call your father. In other words, he still won't take the bag off. So y'all keep
trying
watching.
to steal it. I'm trying
I
to get it off.
don't care. You
To
just
detain you in
threw
handcuffs
me around.
because you didn't listen. I told you to
It
get
don't-
up.
I didn't
told you to
have
get
no
up.
right to be treated the way you
Dude,
treated me. Why are you still
I'm
holding
telling
me?
you.
I've been told you to give me a second.
You keep
Do
back.
you not
Every
understand that when I say
every
give me a
time-
second, that means remove
every
yourself away from me.
time,
Remove yourself away from me.
every time I give you a
yourself away from
second,
me.
you don't
remove
take the
yourself
bag off.
away from me.
I will let you go if you'll take
Will
this
you
bag off.
remove yourself away from me?
So he asking him to remove himself away from
Will
him.
you remove yourself away from me?
I just told you what I would do. Take the bag off.
So he let him go. Now hold on, pause. I'm finna pause. Now he let him go. Most officers wouldn't even let you go. They would slammed you down, grabbed you, handcuffed you with the bag on, and took you and the bag. We gotta understand how this go. This could, if he was dealing with a different officer, you probably had your head busted. Now, again, people, well, he shouldn't have grabbed him like that. Well, he should have complied too. He shouldn't have been disrespectful too. We gotta be honest. And once you learn how to respect people in authority, you could get a lot further. The situation could have been a lot worse. That's why I'm speaking on it. I put out the video like, what the hell going on? Then they put out a video to further explain what went on. And both parties did some things that they shouldn't have did. Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure the officer learned some stuff. I hope the young man learned some stuff. We got to quit placing the blame on everybody else and accept, okay, this person did this wrong, this person did that wrong. See it for what it is. Not because, because I'm going to tell y'all what this is turning into. He's a black student, he's a white cop. That's what it was. That's what they trying to turn this into. You can get mad at me all you want. I'm going to tell you the truth. We got to look at who did what wrong. Both of them did some things wrong. But if the young man comply, the officer never come. If you mad at the officer, if the young man comply with what the teacher said, you ain't supposed to be out here playing basketball after we asked you to play kickball and you said you were sick. Stay your sick self in the stands. If you sick or if you feel better, cool. Still stay in the stands because the assignment is over. The class was probably getting ready to end anyway. This is what we have to learn. For those, any student, if you're sick and you start to feel well and you didn't participate in the activity, scatter yourself and continue to be cool and just let the class ride out. Or if you're in a situation the way you want to do something and you were sick and you're not allowed to do something else because you were sick, respect what was said. Because I'm going to tell y'all something that nobody's really said. If you get out there and you hurt yourself because you said you sick, then the school is liable. So they're saying, if you sick, stay seated. Stay seated because we don't want to be liable for you hurting yourself because you were sick. That's why he was allowed to stay seated. And you're not going to be able to do what you want to do. You are a child. Let's be honest. You can get mad at me all you want, but if I'm lying, put it in the comments. Did I say anything wrong? Because if the young man does what he's supposed to do, the officer is never involved. I'm going to tell y'all something, and I got to state this for real. Most assistant principals, I'm 39. Most assistant principals, when I went to school, they would have slammed you on your head themselves if you wouldn't have did what they asked you to do. I ain't gonna call his name, but the assistant principal who was at the school I was at, you knew not to play with him. Because he would have slammed you on your head and would have been done, ready to call your parents, jacked you up himself and escorted you out. People would have said, he wrong. No one is saying that the young man, a lot of people saying that the young man is wrong, but both of them was wrong. I seen a video of a gentleman, I think it was on TikTok. He was saying that the officer did some things wrong, that the video doesn't justify what the officer did. If the young man complies, the officer is never involved. Prove me wrong. If the young man complies with the teacher first, then the administrator, the officer never becomes involved, because before the officer ever walked in there, the principal or the assistant principal was already in there, and the officer was walking in there with two authority figures. And if the two authority figures can't get you under control, then the officer feels like, most officers going to be like, man, come on. They're going to grab you off the top. They ain't even trying to have no conversation with you. Now, I don't know. Now, this is another thing people are bringing up, what the officer did in the past. I don't know what the officer did in the past. We're dealing with this situation here. We're going to go back to the video.
Take the bag off.
Asking them again, take the bag off. Even after the officer moved back. Now you got to give the officer credit for having some restraint. He's damn near begging him, take the bag off.
You're going to jail for disorderly conduct or resisting at this point. Take the bag off.
And he telling him, bro, you going to jail.
No, I'm not good. I literally just got thrown around by the police like I haven't done nothing. They simply called the administrators down.
They ain't lying, because he was disrespectful.
That I'm in for physical education. Like, he called the administrators down, knowing I didn't have no wrong. I was in no wrong. I simply came to him, and when he asked me a question, which, why am I at the bleachers? And I told him I wasn't feeling good. I exited the bleachers when I started feeling myself, and he wanted to come in there aggressive. So he got a police officer down here pulling on my lock, slamming me into the
a lot was left out.
Like I had no. I'm at the school, and they would not let me go.
All right, take the bag off.
I'm not doing nothing.
Take the bag off.
Nothing is gonna happen.
You are fixed.
Get up here.
You are fixed to get put in handcuffs one way or another. Take the bag off. Take it off. Take the bag off.
No right.
Hold up. You telling the officer what you not gonna do, bro. That's a no-no. When they asked you to walk out before they ever told you was under arrest. Let me hit it.
Take the bag off. Take the bag off.
Then he sprayed him because he kept asking him to take the bag off.
I'm gonna spray you again. Take the bag off. Take it off.
Man, it's crazy. He asked him to take the bag off before he ever sprayed him. Once he sprayed him, then people saying, well, he didn't have to do that. If you comply with what's asked of you, then you won't have that issue. Comply. Man, listen, man. The officer bagged up and let the man do what he had to do, far as he was like, bro, if you take your bag off, the administrator said you take your bag off, we'll let you call your parents. Y'all don't see where they were lenient with this young man? Then, and you gonna see this, if you watch the video, because I'm finna wrap this up. If you watch the video, you seen where the young man's father came. The officer explained to the young man's father where he was sprayed. The officer explained to the young man's father why he did everything he did. And the young man was allowed, and most police won't do this. The young man was allowed. First, they called the nurse. Hey, can you wash your eyes out? Then they let his father walk him to the bathroom, and an officer assisted while he washed his eyes out. Most police, and this was a Hamilton County sheriff. If this was if he'd have called back up, it wouldn't have been this nice. And I believe this officer knows that. We got to take everything in consideration. Now, the officer stated that he could have, it was a fight ensued or whatever. Let me say this. The officer was really calm to a degree. He could have went the extra mile and tried to talk to the young man, but he tried to talk to him. So someone said, I talked to somebody, they was like, well, why he didn't sit beside the young man and try to talk to him? Would you sit, but let me say this. Would you sit beside somebody who tell you, you got 5 seconds to take your hands off me? Most people's going to take that as a threat. The officer could have took longer to de-escalate the situation. Or none of this is what I'm going to go back to, and I mean this, none of this would have happened if the young man would have complied. If this would have happened and the young man would have complied completely, they would have had a lawsuit. Because if you sick and they make you play, then you can sue them. They didn't make him play. You came down and I'm pretty sure he shot a few balls before the teacher got over there. The teacher got over there. All right, man, I'm in the wrong. What would have been wrong with him saying, bro, I'm in the wrong? Let me go sit down. The administrator come in, man, I know I said I was sick. I'm feeling well, but I can see your point. Let me go sit down. Because you sat down when the police officer came down. If you'd have sat down before that police officer came down, before the administrator came down, none of this would have happened. None of this would have happened if you'd have sat down when the administrator walked in or when the teacher walked in, but you sat down when the police came. After the police tried to talk to you, hey, calm down. After the police tried to talk to you, you sat down. If you'd have sat down before the police got there, this wouldn't have happened. If y'all think I'm lying, hit them comments because I want to see this. If y'all think I'm tripping by what I just said, hit them comments because I really want to see this. I really want to see the person who thinking that I just told a lie. Because we have to deal with this. If this would have been on the street with multiple officers, this young man could have been dead. We have to hold ourselves accountable. Teach your young men to survive the encounter. You don't always have to be right. When you're dealing with somebody who is in authority, you're not going to be right. Even if you're wrong, all right, they ain't listening, let me be quiet, let me get out the way. Every situation don't have to escalate. If we want to stay the course. If you in school and you know how this going, all this could have been avoided if the young man would have did what he was asked to do. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off here. Where, for all those students who protested for what happened to the young man, did y'all watch the whole video? Did y'all watch both videos? And to your parents, are your parents cool with y'all watching both videos and walking out after the young man did what he did? Why y'all didn't protest those who was in the gym? If somebody in the gym protested, why y'all didn't protest for the young man? Hey, bruh, come on, bruh. You know this ain't gonna end well. We know how this go down. This is not gonna end well for you. Man, you see the police in. Hey, bruh, come on, man. Come on, bruh. You got to assist. You into it with the teacher. Then you bring the administrator in. Now you're not listening to the administrator. Now an officer walk in. It shouldn't have never even got to the officer. And to the parents who are cool with your children walking out over this incident, what are we doing? Because if you cool with your child walking out over this incident, you telling your child it's okay to just be disrespectful and do what the hell they want to do. Let me say that again. If you cool with your child walking out over this incident, then you're telling your child it's cool to do whatever the hell they want to do. Is this what we teaching? If this what we teaching and this what we condoning, we are going to have a lot of dead young men and young women on our hands because this is what the hell we encouraging. If y'all think I'm tripping, hit them comments and tell me I'm tripping. We can't encourage this. We can't encourage talking back to officers. He got a gun, man. You gonna talk crazy to somebody who got a gun? If he having a bad day, you dead, bro. We gotta think logical. We always want to be damn right when we gotta think logical. Even if you right, bro, he got a pistol, man. I can't talk to crazy to him. Man, let me be quiet. What is we doing? What we protesting this? I just want to see the parents who cool with your child protesting this. What are we doing? And if somebody who cool with you protesting hit that number, I need to have a conversation with you. Because maybe you could help me see something I didn't see. And I watched the whole video until the young man got put in the car. Because if you listen to what's being said before the officer got in there, then you don't go to jail. You don't get grabbed by your hair. You don't get pepper sprayed. Why you couldn't listen to the administrator? He wasn't really going hard at you like that. Let's look at the preventable things that could have happened in here. How can we prevent this? Now you got 200 students walking out like this. Okay, this is what we own. That's what they're showing. So now you could have a potential for this to happen in every Hamilton County school. This is what y'all want? This is what y'all want? Y'all want this to happen in every school in the county? Y'all want this incident to happen and then, we ride with the student. We gonna walk out. If he comply, because he said he was sick. If I'm wrong, hit them comments and show me I'm wrong. Because this needs to be dealt with. If he complies, if he listens to the instructions, he's sick. If you sick and you just, you feel a little better, you sat down when the officer came in there. Why you didn't sit down earlier? You wouldn't have never got grabbed. You wouldn't have never got pepper sprayed, and you wouldn't have went to jail. Y'all don't think when he get to court, when you don't think if they try to take it to a lawyer, they gonna look at that? Y'all don't think so? And y'all encouraging a walkout over this. Hey, man. I don't know what we got going. As a child, I gotta say this. As a child, if an adult is being disrespectful, we were taught when I was coming up as a child, man, you bring it, and I got a 16-year-old daughter. My 16-year-old daughter better not never get caught being that disrespectful. She'll wish she went to jail. Because I don't play that. Because what has to happen is if the teacher or the administrator giving you a hard time, you come to me. You don't say nothing. Because if you say something and then they can't handle themselves and they grab you, then don't provoke nothing to happen to you. Don't provoke being grabbed. Don't provoke getting pepper sprayed. Don't provoke going to jail. And the young man, according to the report, is 18. So you can't tell me in 18 years he hasn't been told by nobody in this culture. Hey, bro, come on, man. Even if you right, come on, man. Even if you right, what the hell we doing? You could be right and be dead. Prove me wrong. Because he got a gun. And they asked you nicely before you were pepper sprayed, before you were grabbed by your dreads, before the officer came in. All this was over a power struggle. This is setting a precedent, y'all, that's going to get ugly if we keep condoning this. Again, the officer could have done a little more, but he did a lot to try to, I don't really want to do this. And the officer told his father this. If y'all go watch the video, I ain't going to play it, but y'all go watch it. The officer told his father, I could have hit him with a taser. The officer told his father this. The officer also told his father, I could have hit him with my billy club, but I took the least path of resistance by pepper spraying him. So the officer told his father, I would have been justified if I'd have hit him with a taser because he wasn't obeying my command, my lawful command. The officer told his father I could have hit him with my billy stick because he wasn't obeying my lawful command. Come on, man, what we doing? And y'all don't see the steps in this? Y'all don't see the steps that how this could have been avoided? What we doing? Am I tripping? I don't get it, man. Again, man. Y'all, I'm gonna be on here for a few more minutes, man. Call the number. If y'all disagree that all this could have been avoided if the young man complied, call the number. The line is on. Because if you got a child, I need to hear from you. If you have a child, I need to hear from you. Hit the line. If you are cool with the walkout, because they protest over this. If you cool with the walkout and you got a child, hit the line, because I want to hear your take on it. If you cool with the walkout. Because I don't get this, bro. Right is right. Right is right. I'm not saying that again. If you go, because people are going to try to twist my words. The officer didn't have to grab his hair, but the officer also could have called back up, and it could have ended a whole lot worse. Hold up, let me see this. How does a teenager get to say to a police officer, "You got 5 seconds to get your hand on me and not get slammed"? Where I'm from, you'd have got slammed by the administrator. I got to fighting in middle school, and the teacher slammed me. It wouldn't even made it to the administrator. Most police officers, bad as what y'all want to say about the police officer, when he told him that, he would have slammed him on his head. And it would have been justified because they take that as a threat. As the officer explained later on in the video, this also puts you in the mind of the police officer. Then, go ahead.
Man, what's up, bro?
What's going on?
Man. Bro, listen, man, I don't understand what's going on in this city with parents, protesting a police officer doing something that's lawful, bro. I've been working with teenagers for a long time.
Okay.
And I even worked in juvenile detention. Everything the officer did was 100% from his training.
Okay, let me ask you this, because you said you work with children, and you said you've also worked in the juvenile facility, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. The moment that that this young man would have told somebody, even in the correctional facility, "Hey man, you got 5 seconds to get your hands off me," what would happen?
Man, it's over with. So at that point, you a threat. You threatening. Okay. What's going to happen is, first thing going to happen is everybody going to get down. Whoever's around, it's going to be a loud shout. Get down. I mean, everybody, including the person making the threat. You don't get down, pepper spray to your face. Period.
So, man, with that being said, what kind of precedents do you think is being set by them encouraging a walkout? Grown people are encouraging a walkout over this. Now, this could have been avoided if you comply, because you say you were sick.
Right. Because you sick, you gotta sit down. You don't get to get up and play basketball. See, what it was is he didn't want to do what was already instructed for him to do. But when it was something he wanted to do, now I'm gonna get up. And you can't tell me you can't tell me nothing.
And I told when I was playing the video earlier, I told people that it's gonna be perceived, even if you are sick and you did start to feel better, it's gonna be perceived like you was just trying to do what the hell you wanted to do.
Exactly.
Man, I don't get it, bro. My thing is this. Y'all people, grown people, are encouraging a walkout over this?
A walkout. So basically during school, all kids leave the school.
Over 200 students, from reports that I read, walked out.
Oh, when?
What
the next day?
I'm thinking yesterday. Don't quote me on this, but you can go look it up. They walked out.
Boy, man, I wish. Imagine, I wish I would have walked out of school for something like this, man. My dad would have, man.
I'm gonna say this because I said this to somebody who I know, so I'm gonna say it on here. This is me. if that was my son, and I watched the video,
bro.
I would have whooped your ass. I'm gonna say this.
Period.
And made you publicly apologize. I would have put you on the video and made you apologize for being disrespectful, because before all of this, if you'd have just complied and been respectful, you wouldn't have got grabbed, you wouldn't have got pepper sprayed, and you wouldn't have got arrested.
Nope. Yeah. That's right in line. But see, man, what's so crazy about it? Even the staff members that was I saw in the video, they wasn't even trying to de-escalate it. You know what I'm saying? This little boy, he talking crazy to the teacher. Police standing right. Bro, can you imagine that?
Hold up. So Justin Pennington said it was said that the administrator told the students to go back to class, and the students didn't return to class. They kept protesting. So at that point, you're in line for suspension.
Yes, sir. You want to leave school, protest, stay home 10 days. Just stay on home 10 days. That's how they work.
Because I don't get it now. A lot of people, they want to make this out of this issue, that issue, but this is clear. This is clear. You got video. You sick. If you sick, stay in the bleachers. Cause again, like I stated earlier, you went to them bleachers and sat down when that police touched you.
Right.
If you'd have been sitting down when the teacher walked up to you, you could have been sitting down before the administrator ever came in there.
So you mean tell me it's like 5 different levels of authority this boy has basically disrespected. You got the teacher, you got the dean dean of whatever, a student. You got another administrator. You got nurses he want to listen to, bruh. Principal, police.
Let me state this: the officer, after pepper spraying him, had them call the nurses. The officer had them call the nurses.
Oh, he was more than
asked them, "Hey, we need to get this out of his eyes." Cool.
Yeah, decon, yeah.
Then the officer allowed his father to walk him
come in
after, and this was after he placed him under arrest. If you go back and look, what people fail to understand, this officer knew that at first I was like, why he didn't call back up? But then I thought about it. If he would have called back up,
over with.
It would have been over with way quicker. Hey man, let's go, man. We ain't got time to be playing.
Man, it would have slammed them, handcuffed them, boom, and drug him out. Easy, quick. He's trying to be nice.
Hey, he's from a home his father failed this young man. I mean, I'm gonna say this. I don't know what his father taught him.
I know, man.
So I'm gonna say this, but he did raise his voice while his father was in the bathroom. Y'all go look at this.
You broke it all the way down.
And his father didn't say nothing to him while he was in there. Y'all. Now listen, man. Again, I don't know his father's reasoning for not saying nothing to the boy. But me, I can't speak for his father. I'm not his father. But if it's my child and I'm there, you'd have wished you got arrested before I got there, especially talking to the officer. Hey, man, you trying to get killed?
Exactly.
Because, hey, in our community, I'm going to use this only one time right here. You know, it's being said, man, the police don't care nothing about us. So if they don't care nothing about you, be quiet.
Right.
Survive the encounter. Be quiet.
Chill.
Don't even let the police come. You know it's a resource officer here.
Exactly, bro.
Man.
But you want to clown. You want to clown in front of the police. Come on, bro. Like, when I saw him clown, then all police officer said was, hey, man, bring it down. Bring it down. Man, get your hands off me. You got 5 hits. Get your hands off me. Whoa, my God. Like that's when the table turned right there. Like whoa. Then walked off. Then tell the officer what he's not gonna do. And so man, I'm just like,
I said this before. He better be thankful that he got the officer he got.
You ain't lying.
Because if he'd have had another officer, he'd have probably got hit with a billy club. He'd have probably got slammed quick and drugged to the car.
Handcuffed and drugged up out of there.
And they would, even after the pepper spraying him, man, let it burn.
And guess what? When he pepper sprayed him, he hit him in his hair. So his hair right there in his face. So when he pepper sprayed, he could have pepper sprayed him more to make sure he like really, like if he didn't really got him good, he wouldn't have been able to even do what stuff he was doing. You can't even, man, see, you can't.
Man, look, I done been pepper sprayed before. And listen,
The
dude,
straight.
It was the officer who pepper sprayed me.
Right.
And they weren't caring about my eyes clearing up at all.
Right.
Come on, man. We got the biggest issue is encouraging negativity.
Encouraging foolishness, bro.
If this young man complies, and again, somebody put in the comments if I'm tripping. If he complies, he don't go to jail.
No.
He don't get pepper sprayed. He don't get his hair grabbed.
He don't get slammed, nothing like that. Nothing.
So what are we doing? If you cool with this, I hate to see if you got a child and you cool with this, I hate to see what your child doing in your house.
Exactly. And you know, I'm gonna go even further, man. I think our generation really dropped the ball. When I mean generation, I ain't talking about you, me. I'm talking about our whole generation X. Born late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s, and on up until 97. Like we really, man, we dropped the ball with parenting, bro. And our parents dropped the ball a little bit because they tried to give us what they didn't have. Then here we go, our generation, we get a little something. Now we want to go even further. So man, we dropped the ball, man. We have really dropped the ball from what our parents got and from even what our parents gave us. And so generationally, you know, you and I, all the children in school right now could be our kids. All the kids in high school, even in college, but 18 and below, they could be our children.
Mm-hmm.
And so who are their mamas and daddies? Our generation.
Man,
so man, the Generation X really, man, dropped the ball.
Again, like I said, I have a 16-year-old daughter. My daughter will be 17 in January.
Yeah.
And this is my daughter. Let
Right.
me see my daughter on camera acting like that.
Over with.
So again, this is another thing. You know your child. If you know your child, if you're involved, you know your child. So this is the thing. We have to quit encouraging this foolishness. Call it for what it is. Because again, if this would have been another, the young man also said he had a lawyer. Who told him he had a lawyer?
See, you know who told him. and you even look at the situation. Who got him to comply?
His father.
Who was the only person? His daddy was the only person. So that tells me. See, and I worked in school administration and headmaster and see, I work with parents and man on so many different levels, and so I've seen behaviors where a parent would say, "Well, they don't do that to me because I slap them in the mouth." And I'm like, "Hold on, ma'am, we don't slap kids in the mouth to get them to comply. So if you have to slap him in his mouth to get him to comply and do what you say, but these stipulations are not what is done in our school system, how are we to get this young person to comply?" See, the problem is the way so many parents train their children is to comply only with them. See, that's our problem. So if they only comply with you, you've only trained them to comply to get slapped in the mouth, cussed out. But guess what? Teachers not slapping them in the mouth and cussing them out. So therefore, they feel like I ain't got to do nothing because you ain't, only my mama or my dad can tell me X, Y, and Z. So we have not trained children to respect all authority.
Man,
All authority. We have not done this. So the only authority that the child, they don't even respect their own father or their mother, because if you did certain things you wouldn't do in public. So when the father came up, he just kind of whispered to him, "Oh, son, you're gonna get on up." He got up. That means that goes to show you the boy could have respected all authority before his father came there. So if your child is, I'm telling this to the audience, if your child only responds to your authority or your discipline, whatever you do, you failed. You failed. You failed. You dropped the ball. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
Because this is the thing, like I said earlier, if he's on the street with a different officer, he could have easily got his head blowed off.
Oh, with.
And you don't want to hear this, but I'm going to say it. In the eyes of the law, it would have been justified.
Justified.
Because think about this. You tell the officer, "Get your hands off me," and you walking over to your bag.
Over with, bro.
He don't know what's in your bag. Am I tripping? You just told him, "Hey man, you got 5 seconds to get your hands off me."
And you walk off and go get your backpack. Come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking to myself, what's in this backpack?
And
you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people thinking that because he didn't want to let the backpack go.
I'm like, what's in the backpack? What you tripping?
If he'd have let the backpack go, he wouldn't even after he was placed under arrest, he wouldn't have never got sprayed.
No, sir. No, sir.
And then people say, well, he shouldn't have sprayed him. A lot of officers wouldn't have sprayed him. They would have slammed him on the head with his backpack and took him in the backpack.
And then drug him out.
We gotta look at this thing for what it is, man.
But see, man, we can't look at it for what it is because it's black versus white.
Man, listen.
That's if anybody, that's the issue, folks. Well, everybody know what the child did was wrong. Everybody know what the child did was out of line. When his father came
to the school, the police told him what happened. He proceeded to ask if there was any other witnesses. The father clearly doesn't respect authority. Somebody put it in the comment.
You caught that. You caught it. I caught the same thing. This man told the police, the man with the camera, were there any more witnesses? Man, I'm like, you got to be kidding. Your son up here, acting the whole fool, and you won't take it. Man, let me say something. When I was 7 years old, when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, my father told me, out the blue, off the wham, look, going to school, if I ever get a report from one of these teachers, this is what he said, clear as day, I'm on their side.
What did he say?
He said, if I ever get a call from a teacher at this school, just know I'm on the teacher's side. I'm not on your side. I'm on the teacher's side. When he said that, now why do I remember this 30-some years later? How do I remember that? Because his words were so, it pierced my heart, it pierced my mind. It made me think twice. Because I know if anything go down, he's not taking my word. So what that did was it made me self-govern myself. Cameras, no cameras, witnesses, no witnesses. What the teacher? I'm on your side. What he do? That's what he did. That's what he did. Let's go home.
Like I'm finna give you a scenario. I told this to my daughter. Situation happened at my daughter's school. I'm not gonna go too far into it, but I got to use this as a teacher moment.
Yeah.
So my daughter got in trouble And she comes with the usual, as a child does. Well, the teacher, da. I said,
Yeah.
okay, if that's the case, why are you just now saying this?
Right.
Cause this ain't the first time you knowing the teacher, or the famous, the teacher got something against me. The teacher, why you ain't never said this? If the teacher got something against you, now you want to say it when you get in trouble. Man, listen, man. Approving this type of behavior is co-signing. I'm gonna say it. It's co-signing. It could future co-sign the murder of your child.
Mm-mm. Say it again. Say it again.
Co-signing this behavior,
Man,
can future co-sign the murder of your child. What
Real
are
talk.
we doing?
What are we doing, bro?
Like we always talk about, now we it's the presidents in our mind. Oh, you teach your children. So okay, we in a climate where they say most parents I've heard say, I got a young black son. I'm in fear for his life. I'm gonna teach him. I'm gonna teach him how to handle himself when he's with authority. Most mothers and some fathers are saying, "Man, I worry about my son," and they telling their son, "Hey, man, don't get in no scuffle with the police. Hold your hands up. Blah 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 blah."
Right.
Bro, you don't have to always be. Don't be right and you wrong. Cause I ain't gonna lie. No lie. When the video first came out, I'm not gonna say my brother's name. I got a brother of mine who's a teacher. He called me and he said, "Bruh, this before the second video came out." He said, I know dude getting it wrong. He said, "I guarantee you dude getting it wrong." And this ain't no white teacher. This is a black teacher. He said, "Bro, dude, for that officer and all that to go down, dude was in the wrong." And this before the whole clip came out. So guess what this told me? And this teacher is at a different school. So this told me this. If he know the dude was in the wrong before this video came out, what the hell is going on in these schools?
Bro. And that's one of the things that even the Bible teaches us. Don't judge before you hear all the information. Only a fool does this. Proverbs teaches this. Jump into the conclusions without all the information. Getting emotional and emotional. Jumping out there saying, power to the people, oh, they's racist. You look like a plumb fool.
Cause my thing is we dealing with, you could say, okay, even if the man is racist, don't give him no reason to grab you. Oh, bro, you racist, but I know you racist. You got a pistol, and I'm gonna talk crazy to you.
Man, that's why he's just talking.
Man, come on.
Even the teacher was like, "Man, listen, my track record. Come on, man, call me racist because I basically corrected you." You know what I'm saying? So, man, the boy, he don't want correction. Teenagers don't want correction, and the Bible teaches us. A fool despises wisdom. A fool hates correction.
The video clearly shows that the officer was gracious with the young man.
Gracious, dog.
I'm just my biggest thing is these folks are encouraged to walk out over this. You got folks ain't got nowhere to live. But y'all encouraging to walk out over this? You got people who ain't even got nothing to eat. And y'all encouraging to walk out over this?
Like we in the 1950s in the city, man. Stop it, bro.
So check this out. Why ain't nobody called and said, "Hey, this what we gonna do"? We finna get back to this old root. You disrespect the teacher, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Let's be honest.
Serious. Yeah.
If you don't comply with a simple command, cause guess what? My dad had the same mentality. My mama, let me have to get out of work and come to the school.
Bruh.
I'm at work providing for you. I gotta get off my job to come to the school.
Bruh. The word,
Man.
the exact word you just said. My mama told me, and she meant what she said. Man. She said these words. I kid you not, elementary school. She said, if I ever have to come off my job, clock out, lose pay
to come to the school, man, if you sick, that's different. So okay, all right. This is my $1 million question. All right, you sick because he stated he was sick. Why you didn't say, hey man, let me call because you got your phone. Why you ain't call your daddy? Say, hey man, come get me. I'm sick.
That's phony. Man, look, my mama told me, she said, if I have to clock out, lose pay, to come up here to school to see like what you got going on and you cutting up, she said, wherever you cut up at, that's where I'm gonna get you.
Cause he had, even when he got slammed, he had his phone. Why you didn't call your daddy when you was sick? Hey, man, I'm sick. Cause get what? My daughter, if she feeling sick, hey dad, I ain't feeling well. Can you come get me? Can you or she'll have the nurse call me. Hey, is it okay that I supposed give your daughter some blah blah blah? Yeah, sure. She's sick. So you don't get the call when you sick because you said you were sick.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. We can't see the problem is we want to look over, we want to neglect all this. Cause hey, right is right, wrong is wrong. This ain't, y'all can make it what y'all want to make it. But if he do what he's supposed to do, if he don't go out there on that court after he said he's sick, none of this would have happened.
None of it.
If I'm lying, somebody prove me wrong right now. Can I guess what? Now you got 200 students who are in agreement with the one who bucked this teacher, who bucked the principal, and was talking crazy to the police. You got 200 more students.
Man. and what does that tell you? That tells you that, watch this. You just said 200, right?
According to what I read, the number might be off.
Well, right. Let's say it's right off. If it's 200 students, and each of those students got 2 parents. Now we're talking about.
That's almost 1,000 people.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So now you got thousands. We don't look at this like this. You got right now 1,000 people. And then nearly 1,000 people in this community who's thumbing up this. That's at least. I said at least. I ain't talking about social media, surrounding counties, some more. I'm talking about you have nearly 1,000 parents thumbing up this. So think this is a microcosm if you want to. This is just, it's a microcosm of a huge, a widespread illness. The parenting pandemic, or the lack of parenting pandemic. Man, this is worse than COVID. Man, this is worse. Man, the lack of parenting is killing more people than COVID could ever. And we don't even understand it. And I mean killing them emotionally, mentally, spiritually, socially, and physically. And so, man, parenting matters.
So
parenting.
You're right. Somebody asked me this too. Somebody said, is the SROs really needed? And I'm going to tell you what I told them.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you what I told him. I said, you got so many entitled children and disrespectful. He went and sat down when the SRO came and politely placed his hands on him. He peeped that it was getting a little real. He peeped that. I don't know if nobody else caught that. He went and sat down. He might have talked it. And then when he grabbed him, y'all see what he doing to me. Y'all see this.
Looking for attention. Y'all see what he doing to me.
Man, listen. Now, this ain't again, I didn't do this to condemn the young man, but we got to call it for what it is. Right is right, and wrong is wrong. Now, people can get mad all they want to. But the biggest issue is, after seeing the whole thing, 200 students walked out, and you had adults encouraging it.
And we wonder why. And the more telling thing is this: out of all these people, I guarantee you, a lot of them call themselves Christians. I guarantee you. A lot of them go to these churches. Even the pastors were in the city, man, getting together, trying to go to the NAACP, bro.
About what?
What you think? What we talking about right now?
Hold on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you mean to tell me?
Yes, sir.
That a pastor who say he's representing the Most High through Jesus the Christ is talking about going to somebody about this?
Yes, sir.
For what? I need to talk to them. For what?
Because, man, it's discrimination, and this is racist.
It's discrimination, but we gonna overlook that he shouldn't have never been out there because he was sick. We gonna overlook that?
I can't see that. Nope, I don't see that.
We gonna overlook that. So this why race get out of the picture.
Right.
Because the administrator was black. The administrator was black, the young man was black. So what we doing?
He didn't comply with the administrator either.
Exactly. So that means it's not racist. Is the administrator racist?
Yeah, man. You just gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You have no brown skin, and then you're racist.
Man, listen, man.
White.
The administrator asked him. The administrator asked, "Hey, man, come on, man."
Nope, I ain't doing it.
So
I'm gonna do what I want.
Now,
man, you have to laugh, keep from crying.
I'm tripping on how crazy this is. I want somebody who agree with it. If you're in agreement that this man was totally in the right and he was really wrong for real, I want to talk to you. Maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Well, I ain't gonna say that. This is crazy though. This is crazy.
I ain't never seen nothing like this. Well, I ain't gonna say. This is crazy. In the words of my father, this is sadder than a one-call funeral.
Because what this gonna lead to, if you're in agreement with this, then you're gonna be in agreement when those 200 students, they gonna feel like, okay, I can talk crazy to the police, and it's gonna be a different police than this one, and then that could lead to potential of 200 deaths. Man, y'all always talk about police brutality, and you gonna talk crazy to somebody who you feel like is notorious for brutalizing you, and they got a gun. Man, where our sense at?
No sense at all, man.
And I know people gonna get mad, but I don't. At this point, I don't care. Cause tell me again, prove me wrong. I don't get it. Prove me wrong. I wish I was wrong. I wish, cause when I seen it, I was like, man, what the hell going on? When I seen the first video, now I'm really like, what the hell going on? Y'all see all this? And y'all protesting this? If you protesting this, if I was the principal, I don't want your student in my school, because you said this like Attica. Let's take it over.
Right.
So if you cool with this, stay at home. You don't need to, you don't want to listen no way. Go home. Don't walk to the field. Walk home.
Exactly.
Walk on home the way you ain't gotta listen to nobody. And when the truancy officer come and arrest you, do what you feel. Then that can lead to your death. I wonder what the East Ridge School will be like since they allowed this defiance. They could have trouble on their hands. Other students.
Oh yeah.
But see, that I read earlier that they were saying, look, man, y'all need to go back to class. See, they need one of them old school administrators. Did you hear how the young man was trying? I ain't trying to sound intellectual. This is the thing. They better be glad they didn't have my assistant principal. Cause I get what he was said. We ain't gonna worry about. We gonna gather up all the names who out there.
Right.
Everybody out there, we'll holler at you for the next 3 to 10 days. We'll holler at you. Now, you don't want to go to class? All right. Gather up all the names. So if they'd have did the East Side High, they'd have been pissed. All y'all out here, all y'all going home for 10 days. We'll gather your name, you'll go home for 10 days.
Expeditiously.
You don't want to be in school, no way. Over something that had nothing to do with you, and the young man was wrong, man, bye, I'll holler at you.
Yes, sir.
Man, I appreciate the call, man. Man, these folks tripping, man. I had to touch on it because I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna touch on it again. This right here, this is too close.
Because if you allow this, what are you setting to the younger children? Okay, these high schoolers. What are we telling the middle schoolers and the elementary students?
But the police.
Guys, guess what? I don't know if y'all know this. I gotta say this. Middle school students look up to high school students. Elementary students look up to middle school and high school students. These children also have, I'm pretty sure some of them have siblings. So what are we teaching the siblings?
Yep. My brother, hey, don't keep pushing, man. Keep touching on it. I'm gonna keep on, man. Hey, thanks for the conversation, brother.
Man, I appreciate you.
All right, man.
All right.
Yep.
Hey, man, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. We wanna sweep this under the rug. We wanna. Now, I actually heard the brother called in and said that some pastors who are supposed to be leading the charge in the community are actually going to another committee about this. Not talking to the family, saying, okay, how can we correct this issue what is going on to rectify this issue? Why do you not counseling and dealing with the young man? Why do you feel like why you have this aggression? Why this dealing with the root issue? You actually believe that this is right. I mean, I'm gonna stay on here 5 more minutes because I want somebody to call in who believe that he was all the way in the right. Now maybe y'all can teach me something. That's all I'm. Cause this is crazy, man. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life to where it's clear that he was disrespectful, and it's clear that all he had to do was man, let me go sit down. I ain't never seen nothing like it, man. To where all this could have been avoided. And then not only well, all this could have been avoided if you comply, then you got to where now you got other students saying, okay, we gonna protest. And you got grown-ups who are backing the protest of a student who all he had to do was go sit back down. Hey, man. Y'all subscribe to the Deprogram Show, especially on YouTube. I don't know what's going on, man. But if this what we pushing, y'all really gonna hate what I got to bring next. I appreciate for everybody who tuned in. This is the Deprogram Show. I'm RMJR, and we out of here.